Hey, good to see you. Thanks for coming. Another episode of Wireframe brought to you by Design Systems House. I'm your host, Donnie D'Amato, and today we're going to be talking about something which is CSS was hacked. And I found out about this literally this morning. So I wasn't actually planning on doing anything today, but when I found out about this, I think this is really odd and weird kind of thing to happen relating to CSS, about it being hacked. So I did post about it on a couple of socials. I did post on it in the Design Systems Discord. That's over there, right? But I'm going to talk about it today because, again, it is weird and interesting, I think. I don't necessarily understand everything about it because it is mostly about how browsers are engineered and developed. So it's more about like the back of the front end, so to speak, not in the way that we usually talk about here. So there's a lot of stuff in it that I'm unfamiliar with, but the original video that I got this news from is actually already in the description below. So if you want to go ahead and take a peek at that original video, you can do so. But from my perspective, at least, of what's going on here, effectively, there is a version of Chrome where there's a part of the CSS specification that was implemented that has effectively this kind of memory leak. And this seems to be a problem with languages that have you do like memory allocation and like garbage collecting. So if you need to do your own kind of work in that way, these are like prone for that. So a language like Rust doesn't have this problem, as I understand it, but languages like C, which I think the browsers are written in, or maybe another variation of C. So that's where the vulnerability is coming from. It has already been patched in Chromium browsers, so not something that you probably need to worry about too much. It is also wildly obscure in terms of what we need to actually look into. So let's look at a couple of the things on the internet that are talking about this. The first thing that I want to bring up here, let's go to the computer, is the original article that was featured in that video that I'm talking about. So that's here, and it is on thehackernews.com. New Chrome 0 day under active attack patch release. And this was, again, article from the 16th of February, so or a little bit earlier this week. And effectively the thing that we're talking about here is the use after free in CSS in Google Chrome prior to version 145 allowed a remote attacker to execute arbitrary code inside a sandbox via a crafted HTML page. Right? For whatever reason, it doesn't actually go into what part of the CSS it actually gets affected by, and I actually found another article that does. It is over here. This article, which is at Bleeping Computer, which says Google patches first Chrome 0 day exploit in attacks this year. Again, same as February 16th. And here, my computer just completely went out. I can't read anything. Okay, well, we'll go back to me, I guess, and figure out why my computer decided to drop there. But ultimately, what it was talking about was the font features values setting. So there's something in CSS that allows you to do font feature values. It's specifically talking about the variable fonts. So in variable fonts, what you typically end up having is a situation where you have different variable fonts that you might want to use on the page, and each of the variable fonts has an axis that you can go ahead and tweak and turn and make changes to. So when that happens, these different fonts and their variable axes, they have different axes, and the way that they kind of change these axes. And again, if my computer didn't decide to go out just now, I would show you what that looks like. So I apologize for that. But ultimately, this feature of CSS is meant to try to take these axes that you can play with and group them in a way that makes them reusable in different places. I think this is a very, very niche part of CSS. You really need to be a serious typography nerd to, I think, be using this feature. There's actually a really great article on CSS Tricks. I would share it now, but again, my computer is just, I'm obviously going to need to find out what's going on there. But CSS Tricks has a great article about font feature values that you could look up to see what it's really all about. I think probably even better than the MDN article, admittedly. So I'll make sure to update that stuff. But ultimately, again, it's been patched in Chromium browsers, so you probably don't need to worry about it. Just make sure you update your browser, and it should probably update in the next couple of days anyway, if it hasn't already been updated, of course. But yeah, just weird thing that was going on there. And again, definitely look at the original video that I have down below about this, because I think it's very interesting. A caveat about the video, the guy in the video actually calls out front-end developers saying that we don't have real jobs. You can go ahead and comment on his video about how you feel about that, because I feel some kind of way about that, obviously. This is probably the same person who can't put two boxes next to each other, but that's okay. It's not... Look, I'm not about to rag anybody about that. He has his thing. I have my thing. That's totally cool. Especially since I've been paid to do my thing for several years now, doing just fine writing CSS. So, and now, look, we have our own vulnerability. That's pretty cool, right? Super cool. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments, or of course on the official Design Systems Discord. That's that thing down here. And let us know what's all about there. But that, just a quick show for today. Thank you so much for watching. Before you go, please help the show out by hitting that like and subscribe button to get notified the next time we go live. Again, this is a quick one, so who knows? It's a really quick one. How are you going to catch it? But I hope to have a couple more interviews. I already started lining some new ones up. Really excited for these folks. And I'm going to definitely look into this computer to make sure it doesn't crash during those ones, because that's going to be important stuff. Play nice in those comments, and I'll see you on the internet. Bye.